much. Miriam, Jacques, Brian, the Nelsons, otherwise known as Kathy Aspirin, husband, and all of you for coming all this distance. It's been really a wonderful emotional experience for Shirley and I to be here with you. I was afraid that Jacques was going to talk about the link, the missing link, and where he was going to ape me after that. But we shared a very special moment. I was trying to think of something humorous to say, perhaps refer to Jeff Orman's round of 76 he said he had today on the golf course.
Yeah, but what did he get on the back nine?
75.
But I have a couple of letters that they've asked me to read.
Jeff, I gotta talk to you.
And they're from friends of yours. Let me start. Oh, I'm going to get some light here. There it comes.
Turn up the lights. So
Looks terribly much like a colonoscope.
I never told him.
What happens to this after?
I never said it. It's at 76, 75,
I really am
front
afraid
back.
to turn my back on that. Doctor, thank you, doctor.
You're wrong as long as you don't bend over.
I don't think I'll be at ease up here for the next few minutes. But let's do this in age, category of age, in descending order. Here's a letter from Ramon Vasconcelos, with whom I was just visiting in Brazil. We were there for 2 weeks. Mademoiselle admits her age at 85, and she's still teaching French, not at the American school. She's been retired for about 8 years now, but she's still teaching French in private conversation classes, and is just doing a wonderful job, and travels to France and goes all over the place wherever she can, all by herself, and is still the young, vital woman she was. And Miriam asked me to read this letter to you. Dear Miriam, thank you very much for your invitation to participate in the reunion of the classes of 67 and 68 next August. It was very kind of you to remember me. I am sure it will be a marvelous opportunity to meet again. Unfortunately, the circumstances don't permit me to join the group. The cruzeiro, that means a cruise. You get on that money and you go forever. The cruzeiro is too low, and I find that I am too old to join such a cheerful bunch of your youngsters. Oh my God. Obviously hasn't seen you in years. Anyway, I wish to all of you a lot of fun and a very successful life. Com muitas saudades, Ramon Vasconcelos. So that's one. Then I will tell her, because I'm going to be writing to her to thank her for certain things. My daughter, Adrian, who some of you may remember, was in your fashion show, the class of 64, I think. And Adrian was just visiting in Rio at the beginning of June, attending a convention of medical personnel. You know, medical people have these conventions in Rio so they can write off what Governor Clinton tried to block yesterday morning or something or other. And she was there and spoke to Mademoiselle. And my daughter, who is a little younger than you all, was asked by Mademoiselle, and when are you going to get married, Adrian, in whatever French, however you would say that in French. And Adrian responded, oh, I'm waiting for you first, Mademoiselle. But those of you who speak French may wonder why an 85-year-old woman is called Mademoiselle. But there's only one title by which we can know Mademoiselle Vasconcelos, and that's Mademoiselle. Another letter comes from Lynette Bridge. Lynette suffered a rather trying period about 4 years ago when her husband and her son passed away within 2 weeks of each other. One from old age problems and the other one from diabetes. And she's all alone at the moment, and she has decided to sell all her things in her apartment and move into a home for retired ladies, English ladies, in Sao Paulo called Stacy House. And she wrote this letter, Dear Miriam, what an unexpected invitation. It all sounds so fabulous. And how very nice of you to remember a member of the Velha Guarda. Alas, it will not be possible for me to be present at your grand reunion. I live in Brazil, where inflation is rampant. In fact, it is said that salarios andam a pé, os precios de elevadores. I have a wonderful, somebody will translate that for you later on. I have a wonderful picture of you with Robert Elwood holding the 12th grade money. You know, we were just talking, I take a little side here. Miriam Baum has always been an organizer. I remember when she worked in Ruth Stanton's office and organized that. And if you ever try to organize anything in Ruth's office, you would know what a wonderful organizer Miriam is. In those days, we were richer than the Bank of Brazil. Thank you again. Warm holiday season wishes. This was written before Christmas. And a wonderful new year. Un abrazo de Lynette Bridge. And then I have one other. I will tell her too. It's hard to believe that just last Sunday I was having lunch with Lynette Bridge at Paysandu Club of all places. And this is from George Clark. I am so sorry we can't make it. Our greetings to the great group and to Dr. Brown. Thank you very much, George. George was the high school principal after he retired from his position in, how do you say it, Salinas or Salinas in California?
Salinas.
Sorry, okay, California.
Thank you, John Steinbeck.
Isn't California, that's on the other side of the Hudson River, is it? George took a job after he retired from Salinas as a principal there, as the high school principal in Medellin, Colombia. And David Ransom can tell you, if you've never heard of Medellin, David will give you a quick rundown of what it was. They lived through it for a year and a half, and then he said he was pushing his luck. And he got out of there while the getting was good. And on his way back to the United States, stopped in Costa Rica and visited with us. He was looking for a place to retire. So George, Shimbani, and I, and Shirley spent a couple of good memories talking about you and the papers you still owe. One of you out there has a term paper that was due, and I was sent here to pick it up. That's really why I'm attending this conference.